We'll see. All right, let's bring Shafi, Rafi. I gotta say, that's probably the coolest name we've had on the show. You know, I gotta say, yeah, what's your name? My name is Rafi. Shafi Rafi. You know what I mean? Like, it's gangster. What's up, Shafi? How you doing?
What's happening? How are you doing, guys?
We're good. We're chilling. Listen, we're I guess we're very eager to end this quarter, you know? Sounds like consensus here. We're excited for this quarter to be left
I feel
behind.
you. I feel you. It started
How
well, and it's kind of, yeah, not done so well since then.
Yeah, I pulled up the monthly chart earlier because of Tyler on the show of Bitcoin. I was like, wow, January was amazing. Like the month of January was straight up to 110 BTC. And then February and March were just like one after the other red months. But listen, if it was easy, we wouldn't, it wouldn't be the way it is. Tyler loves to put it that way, that we need, it needs to be hard. It has to be hard for us to enjoy the ride. And I think Tyler's right when he says, anyways, Shafi, on to you. I mean, look, it's a builder's market. We talk about this. So I'm assuming things are going well. Looking behind you at this wonderful office that you looks like you have. So
Thank you, man.
Shafi, why don't you give us a little TLDR, who you are, and what you guys do?
So I'm Shafi, founder, CEO of D.Energy. We are the first layer one blockchain to be powered by energy, renewable energy. So as you guys probably are well aware, most layer one blockchains are either powered by a proof of work or a proof of stake, so staking native coins to power or to validate the network. We have pioneered and developed a new consensus mechanism which requires our validators to stake renewable energy in the form of RWA NFTs. And these real world renewable energy assets, in the real world, they're called REC, renewable energy certificates, which is a certification standard which is issued to every clean energy producer, whether it's solar, wind, or whatever. So our consensus mechanism requires the validators or the nodes to stake these in order to secure the network.
Okay, wow. This is wow. The first L1 that's powered by renewable energy. That's super interesting.
And also the first L1 that's powered by not the native token, but the actually by an NFT in the form of a real world asset.
Interesting. Okay. Wow. You definitely got my curiosity here. So what makes you guys different from every other project? I'm assuming this is it, but do you want to maybe dig in a little deeper, like into
Well,
this whole NFT thing? I'm curious.
I think most projects, most blockchain layer ones, they
Yeah.
essentially build the code. The kind of metrics that they compare themselves are, TPS or the scalability or what other mechanism that they find that is their unique selling point. And then
Yeah.
once they deploy and they launch, they start to look for use cases and for utilities. Our blockchain is natively built in a use case which allows the freedom within our wallets natively to be able to trade peer-to-peer renewable energy. So the current renewable energy markets, the way it works is in order for you to offset your energy, which as we all know, with the electrification of the world, with electric cars and AI data centers and things like that, the agenda with net zero by 2050,
Mm-hmm.
to allow people to offset their energy seamlessly. The current system requires you to register with the local kind of registry that you can store the renewable energy certificate, and then you would have to go find a broker. The whole system is really archaic and actually a bit outdated. So, to me, my background is actually from renewable energy. I was a commodity trader and obviously
Mm.
early crypto adopter. And basically, I kind of saw that this could, converge and synergize into actually one ecosystem. So what we're building is what we call the energy-backed economy. Our tokens are the fodder of 1,000 times offset energy. So every time our network uses 1 megawatt of energy, we offset 1,000 megawatts of energy. So it becomes a regenerative system. So we're not just net zero. We're actually adding clean energy into the environment. So by engaging with our network, you're hitting all your ESG targets. You're helping the climate and the world as a whole, and you're actually also profiting from it because we have the possibility of staking energy, which didn't exist previously before our chain. And yeah, there's so many moving parts to it, being a fully integrated ecosystem.
Huh.
Yeah.
This is
So I
interesting.
mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. So I mean, I would start at the basics and say what we've done with democratizing energy, we're allowing
Yeah.
it to be tradable. So for example, in the US, only US companies buy renewable energy certificates. In the UK, only UK companies will buy the locally produced ones. But within our ecosystem, it's borderless. So somebody sat in Dubai can buy US certificates. They can stake it to earn a yield, to earn a return. They can do all sorts of things. They can stake it for, or they can buy it for speculation. They could buy it, and they can set it and put it in the marketplace, and see if there's anyone interested in buying it for the price they set. So yeah, the whole concept of the blockchain is actually to make the foundation layer of our blockchain renewable energy, because the way the world's headed, um, everything's being electrified. So it
Yeah,
should be like the foundation of value should really be in a digital world. The value should be energy, clean energy.
I like that. That is very unique. I've never heard of
Yeah,
something like this. That's so interesting.
yeah,
You
we're
remember
taking a different take on blockchain technology.
what? So what
Our
pushed
vision.
you? So what pushed you to do that? Like, why are you doing this?
So I mean, there's many reasons. First of all, like I said, I have a background
Yeah,
in renewables, so understanding the markets from the inside and understanding the intricacies
yeah,
and the complexities for the average person to engage. So, I mean, the best example I would use would be if you remember forex, for example. In the early 2000s, you could go to a bureau de change and buy your dollars and exchange it for yen or whatever. But no one ever really did that, right? To make kind of any profits, that no one would ever do that. Then suddenly in the late 2000s, in 2010, 2011, everyone suddenly was a forex trader because all these
yeah.
applications came in and allowed it to be easily tradable. They did the pairings and all of these things. So for renewable energy right now, which is probably a fundamental, one of the main fundamental resources that people should be looking at or people should be investing in for the future of this planet. It's got such an archaic system. Like I said, the system's so fragmented and it's so disjointed that bringing that on chain only made sense to me. And we've we've been developing this project. Should we say, black ops, without any kind of marketing or anything, because
Right.
you have chains out there that have 100 millions
Yeah, I
of
know.
dollars available to deploy, but without any real idea of how to utilize it. So, like I said, we have an inbuilt utility, and what we're actually doing, we have a use case which is, helping renewable energy and helping renewable energy producers benefit, have liquidity, and have instant customers, removing the middlemen. So yeah, we're democratizing energy.
Interesting. I like that. I like the so is that like the big vision here, like your North Star? Because I'm looking at the sorry, I'm just like going through your website while you're talking, but
Yeah, go for that.
um and that's what I'm sharing on the timeline, which the website is D.Energy, which actually nice domain you got here. And there's the white paper, there's manifesto, website is looking clean, very easy to see. So for those of you who are listening on audio and you can't see what I'm sharing online, just check it out, D.Energy, and you can learn more about this. There's a white paper and there's a manifesto that's pretty like short and sweet and pretty clear here. So is
So,
that your North Star?
yeah, so I would say our North Star or our kind of big vision for the future is making clean energy the new currency of the digital world. Like I said, we're heading towards a completely electrified world,
Yeah.
and the energy use and requirements is just going to increase. So, making, once upon a time, our currency was backed by gold, before it
Yeah.
became just, promissory notes. So we're using technology to verify and to create a really fair system that allows people that are doing positive impacts to reward them directly and provide liquidity. So yeah, the big vision for the future is just making clean energy the new currency.
Huh.
Our native token is called watt coins, like electricity watts. So watts are only produced and can only be produced. So we have something which we call inverted mining. So as Bitcoin requires loads of energy and resources to be depleted and used in order for a coin to be generated, our system requires every time our network uses 1 megawatt, 1,000 megawatts gets offset, and only then can a watt coin be created. So it's an inverted mining process, meaning that it's a net positive impact on the environment before a token can be generated.
Okay. And so, wow, this is like quite the opposite of drill, baby, drill. It's mine, baby, mine.
This is exactly that. Yeah.
This is speaking of mining. Tyler, you missed out that the Trumps invested in a mining company that they're launching with a HUD 8. I thought you were,
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about that
we'll keep that for
tomorrow.
tomorrow. We'll keep that for tomorrow. So there's a token. So is
Yeah.
that token already launched, or like how do our listeners tap into this?
So we are currently running in testnet. We've been running our testnet for just about a year now. We're imminently, I would say, within the next few weeks or within the next coming month, we'll be going to mainnet. We'll have our TGE, and we'll be shortly after announcing our public
Okay.
sale. We're doing a public sale on our first community run DEX, which is called WhatSwaps. So WhatSwaps is a
Nice.
community run project which allows instant liquidity. So there will be pairings of it's already bridged to ETH, I believe. I was speaking with the team, so you can do your USDT or your USDCs for swapping, and there will be an instant liquidity pool there. So yeah, our tokens will be, I would say join the channels and look at our Telegram, our Discord for updates on when the public sale will be available. We're having a whitelist for some of our community, our veteran community members. They can be whitelisted. There's certain measures which we're announcing that they can do to qualify for that. So yeah, the token's not available yet, but it will be imminently available.
Okay. Okay. So how does a listener of FomoHour tap into this? Like, is there someone in like how does someone here participate so that they can like get a little bit of something?
So I would say your community are more than welcome to participate in the upcoming mechanisms we have. We have some competitions which we'll be running. Winners of that will be automatically whitelisted for the public sale. And there's certain other kind of mechanisms which we're discussing. We haven't finalized yet, but like I said, listen into the community. All the announcements will be posted there on our X, Telegram, Discord.
All right, perfect. Well, Shafi, thank you so much for being a partner of ours today on the show. You can check him out, Shafi Rafi on X or just D.Energy on that's their website. It's got absolutely everything on there. So check him out, Shafi. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
good
much.
one.
Thank you for your time, guys. It's
See
a
ya.
pleasure.
All right.